Good morning, guys. It's early morning. The sun still hasn't quite done its thing. It's almost ready. It's quite chilly. Hang on, you probably can't see me at all. That's better. It's quite chilly. It's supposed to be a -2 frost. There is ice on the windscreen. I think it's about 0 or -1 or something. It often gets a bit colder as the sun comes up. Anyway, I've got the fire going inside. Well, I've got both fires going in the farmhouse. I've lit the fire in the shed. I've got a guy coming out about 7:30 to pick up the wardrobe, so I'm just getting organised for that. We do have to load the van today, so that's probably the main aim. We also have to go to Horsham, which is the biggest nearby town, not Matoa, which is just over there. And for those of you internationally, that's Horsham in Australia, not Horsham in the UK. So we need to do some business over there, and fortunately I've found out that the transfer station in Horsham actually takes old paint for free. So I think maximum of 100 litres or something. I've rounded up every old paint can I could find, so we'll get rid of that as well. Great to see that. Apparently it's environmentally recycled or something, which is awesome. So I'm loading up all that too. We're going to take the ute for a run, which will be really good for the battery, so it needs a bit of a run. It only ever goes to the tip and back when I'm here. So that's the plans for the day. Load the van, get rid of the paint, do some jobs in Horsham, and then basically just keep cleaning up. Yep, definitely frosty. And there goes David with the 2 wardrobes, so that was great. Good to see them gone. The sun's come up now and it's a bit warmer than it was before. And now we're back from Horsham. The ute ran really well. It was good to give it a run. I've started loading the van. If we can have a look in here, I've got a cupboard out of one of the sheds and an old table. I'm going to start filling the cupboard with boxes and underneath the table and on top. And we don't have a lot of furniture really to go because most of the stuff in the farmhouse has been done, other than basic beds and things that we need to keep here for now. There will be some more cupboards and shelving out of Mum's shed over there to put in, and I'll just keep loading boxes and smalls in amongst the shelving. I did spend some time in the shed out here last night whilst it was nice and warm with the fire going, and I managed to get that whole bench under there cleaned out. So the boxes on the top shelf are ready to pack. Still need to go through some of the stuff in that corner. But other than the middle of the room, which looks pretty cluttered and messy, although believe me, it is fairly well sorted, all the cupboards are empty, all the back cupboards, all those cupboards over there. We've now finished under this shelving unit. So basically just some middle bits and pieces. That steel bench has got to go in the van at some stage because I'm taking that home. And I've just spread a little bit of stuff out, like all the chemicals up on the shelf. If anyone wants them, I'm just going to give them away. Otherwise, I'll have to box them up. The Horsham transfer station, I don't think does chemicals. I'm not sure if there's somewhere over here that will take them. But really, the sheds, I think I've broken the back on the shed. There's the air compressor to sell at some stage, but it's still useful here at the moment. So that's good. All right. The stuff in the middle here, the carport looks a bit messy. Most of it, I think I'll give away. I haven't worried this time, but I think next time I'm back here, I will do some photos for Facebook Marketplace, just to local groups perhaps, and just have a lot of stuff for free. See if we can move these cupboards on. I don't want to have to burn stuff if I don't have to. And the look in Mum's shed now is pretty good. We have a vacant corner. It looks like an empty shed, which is what the ultimate aim is. So some of these little stands and things I can get in the van now because I think Mum wants those. And some of the shelving we do need to unpack here so that we have room to put boxes when we get them over to Mum's place. But it's good to have this wall totally clear from this week. That was my main aim. And we do have another possible lead on the wagon. I'll keep you informed on how that goes. But at this stage, there's not a mad rush for the wagon. I don't mind if it just sits there for now. As I said last time, hopefully someone local wants it. So it's getting later in the day. Here's an update on the progress. I've been trying to get the van full amongst lots of hold-ups today, but we're getting there. So the table that you saw before is pretty much buried. I've got a lawnmower underneath actually, which was handy because I wanted to take one back. Stacked to the roof as we do, and you can see the other cupboard I've pretty much filled up as well. So now I can start stacking in front of that, and a set of shelves in front with more boxes on, and we'll just keep adding layer upon layer because there's not much furniture. I'll probably just work on getting shelves out of the workshops in various spots and just keep filling it full of boxes because there's no shortage of stuff boxed up. We have been working in this utility room actually this afternoon because there's a lot of stuff in here to sort out, and Yeah, we're making pretty good progress. So we have bags here for recycling. You can see we're working our way through it. That cupboard now is empty, so I'll get that cupboard in the van next. And we've got a bag here for general recyclables, lots of old newspaper clippings and plastic containers and all sorts of stuff in there. This one's more for glass because the local transfer station does take glass bottles and jars, so I've actually got them separate because then they're easy to get rid of. And this one is just general rubbish. So we've got a bit of a system happening and we're working our way through the cupboards, through the boxes. There's still a bit of stuff to go, but it's mostly fairly easy to recycle, well, to clean up, because a lot of it just is recycling. Mum kept a lot of containers and boxes and things. So it's much easier to sort out Mum's stuff than it is sorting out Dad's stuff in the workshop. It's now the next morning. In fact, it's Thursday morning, so we're heading off this morning. Well, actually about lunchtime. It's another crisp, frosty morning, not quite as cold as it was yesterday. I'm just giving you a scan across the paddocks, and I've conveniently placed that power pole so the sun doesn't blind you, or maybe I've conveniently placed the sun in the right spot. Anyway, it's nice out. There's something really nice and fresh about a country morning when it's frosty. I can hear the railway noises in the distance. There's a railway line running from just in front of the silos there to the right, and it's the main Melbourne-Adelaide railway line. Now, you can't really see it there, but we used to watch the trains go past. There's been a few freight trains go past yesterday, I noticed, some of them particularly long. And I think this is a bit of trivia for you that won't really matter to anyone's life, but I think this section of railway track from way down in those trees down there, where it heads down towards Stawell, there's a section from down there all the way up to the Matoa silos, or the Mama Lake silos, I think they're called, or grain facility. And I think that's the straightest stretch of railway track in Victoria. So it's by no means the straightest in Australia. That would probably be across the Nullarbor. But yeah, so if anyone's wondering exactly where we are, we're in the Wimmera, and it's about 3 to 4 hours from Melbourne by road. And it's probably, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours to Adelaide, something like that. The sheep are up this morning having a look around. One thing I was supposed to do this trip was to start the old Chamberlain tractor down there and put it back in the yard. Well, I haven't got round to that, and given that we haven't got the van full yet, I probably might have to leave that till next time, although I think Ross said he was going to move it. He is away this week. But we've had a pretty successful trip. We've organised some business. We've got a lot more cleaned up. I've got to finish filling the van. We've only got about 3/4 of a load, so there's a bit more filling to do this morning. You may be wondering where the van is. Well, I put it away in the shed last night because with the frost on the roof of the van, yesterday morning I noticed we had condensation inside the van and it started dripping. In fact, it was almost like it was raining inside the van. That's not ideal. We don't really want moisture up in the roof of the van in all the joints. It'll start to rust it, but also obviously we don't want the contents getting wet. So I parked it in the machinery shed last night. I can back it back over to the carport and we'll continue loading. It only just fits in the shed actually. It's a particularly long vehicle. It's the longest and highest that Mercedes make. It's a Sprinter, and I think it's about a 2006 model. Bit rough, but it's done a fair few kilometres, but it's a great workhorse, and any of you who've been watching my channel will know that it does a lot of work, including loads of scrap metal to Melbourne. So I better start it up. We'll back it over to the carport and we'll continue loading. It's just afternoon and we've had a flat out morning. There's been no time for filming. We've got the van pretty much full. I still have to, if you pardon the sun here for a second, I still have to put a few blankets up in gaps and a bit of a couple of foam mattresses just to stop the whole lot falling back. But we've got a pretty good load. It's been a bit challenging because we didn't have much furniture, so it really was a case of juggling the right boxes, the heavy ones at the bottom, the stable ones of course at the bottom, and finish up the top with just everything to fill in gaps, including some bags there of recyclables. I probably can get rid of them here at the transfer station. I think they do take them again now. But they actually don't do a bad job of just filling up the van so that things don't move around. So it was a bit of a challenge. I think there's some Olympic standard high quality packing genius going on in there, but because I didn't film it and you guys didn't see it, I guess it didn't happen. Maybe it's just in my mind. Again, we have a mobile garden. We have a rhubarb plant here that its genealogy probably goes back as far as our family's known history is. So that, of course, has to go to Mum's new place, including some other various herbs and things. Not quite as full in the front section as we normally are, but it's a bit difficult when you've got to pack plants. But anyway, happy enough with the load. Let's do a bit of a quick walk around to finish up this video. The workshop has thinned out a little bit more. In fact, I almost detected an echo then. So I have packed a bit more out of here. So next time I'm home, we'll have a good go at this and really should start to empty out then. And Mum's shed, well, we moved a couple of things out of the house, including a dressing table that she doesn't want to take with her, so that will be for sale. I haven't advertised that one as yet. Rose, if you're watching, it actually matches the wardrobes that you bought, so let me know if you want it. Yeah, we didn't get as far in here as I thought I might, but it certainly has thinned out a lot. So again, next trip we should make a bit more of an impact in here because the house is just about, I reckon it's probably 85 to 90% done. Let's go and have a look. On the way to the house, let's have a look in the utility room here. We did a fair bit here yesterday and we're going to empty some more this morning, but because there was a flurry of activity packing the van, we didn't get back in here. Well, I did pick up a few boxes, so it's opened out quite a bit. And I think, yeah, there's no more furniture in here other than a couple of trestle tables. The end cupboards are built in. So this shouldn't take very long to finish off either. And let's head into the house. Now, I don't normally like jumping from spot to spot when I'm packing up. I like to finish an area completely and then move on to the next. But, at the end of a cleanup, you do wander around looking for the certain size boxes you need, or if I'm doing a cleanup for the tip, I'll go to each spot. So we have moved a bit more out of this room. This room was known as the separator room. It looks like a laundry. It's not really a laundry. It's because we used to have a milk separator in here, that's where the name came from, and then it just kind of expanded and became just a bit of a garden room and general chemicals and just, I suppose, a utility room of sorts. So a bit more in there to do. This is the back door to the house, which I've taken you through before. This is the laundry. So it's really got an echo. We've emptied all those cupboards. My brother Greg was up on the weekend and did a lot of packing, so that was great. So this room's pretty much empty. The bathroom, not much to go in there, just normal little bits and pieces, which we'll probably keep because we'll have to still stay here for a while, when we come back to pack up for more loads. The kitchen looking quite sparse, which is great. The computer desk there I'll just either sell or give away from here. Same with the desk down the end. So as you can see, there's really no furniture to go. This end here is completely finished, and the fridge will be one of the last things to go. And the kitchen table has gone, the main table. This table, again, we'll just either give that away here. A few chairs will have to go back. Most of the cupboards are pretty empty. The lounge room, well, really, there's just a temporary trestle in the middle, a little coffee table, some packing stuff, not much to go there at all. Mum's bedroom, we've emptied just about all the wardrobes. She's only got the main bed there. Everything else has gone out of that room, so that bed will be the last to go. Greg unpacked up a lot of the stuff from these cupboards. The hallway here is empty. That bedroom's empty except for a single bed. The other bedroom down here is totally empty. And this one, where I stay in this room, has really only got the bed and a couple of bedside tables and a heater. So that's it. Not much to go in the house at all. A few incidentals, the TV, of course. And probably most of the work now is just tidying up the other sheds outside and just around the house. There's lots of incidentals. There's another lawnmower, even though we did pack one. There's wheelbarrows everywhere you turn. There's more pot plants that Mum wants. There's a little barbecue there. You'll probably just go for scrap. So, yeah, more probably finishing off the workshop and Mum's big shed, probably the main areas now. But, yeah, as you can see, everything's thinned out really well. Around in the garden section, there are some compost bins over there that we will take at some stage. And walking down this side of the house that really doesn't get much traffic, there's I did clean off this veranda area last time, so that's pretty much done. Buckets, don't know where those buckets come from. And a few tubs and various things. I'm not sure what's in that bin, something to do with gardening. And I think around the front of the house there's some more wheelbarrows, There's also a firefighting pump we'll have to take, and a ladder. So there's lots of just outside stuff to pick up, but and we'll leave it as neat as we can. So there we go. I think we had a pretty successful trip again. Next one will probably be in a month's time, I suppose. Just depends what else is going on. And of course, there's lots more pot plants that we'll squeeze in when we can on each trip back. I'm not sure if Mum's coming back next trip. She probably will, but there'll be a time when she won't come back, and I'll just camp here and just clean out the rest of the sheds, organise the scrap metal, grab some stuff from down the machinery graveyard, and I'll just do those sort of trips and fill the van with as much as I can as the year goes on. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed another trip. Only 2 episodes this time, but we'll be back here probably in about 4 or 5 weeks. Bye for now.